Right, so hello there, YouTube. Today we're going to do a little something different than the usual. Today, because this has been suggested to me numerous times, we're going to do a Poi gear update. This will be lesson 1, sort of. Kind of. Let's get strange.
Tell him that God's gonna cut him down.
Now the thing about Poi is, you always make your first pair. Usually. But you usually make your first pair, and your first pair will consist of something really simple usually, or something really complicated depending on how articulate you were. I can't find my first pair. My first pair was made out of tennis balls sliced in half with little brackets put into it that I connected kite string to, and then made little hand loops for. They weren't very good, but you know, they were articulate. The other poi that people usually do is called sock poi. Sock poi is more commonly made out of something like tube socks and tennis balls. Tube socks and tennis balls usually make up the best sock poi for starting poi spinners. What you do is you find yourself a good sock. You can be of any design if you want. Colors are usually really nice, but I obviously didn't have any, so I spray painted it. You slide a tennis ball down in there, then you tie a knot at the top. To get it to stretch out a little more to about arm's length, you swing it a little. You have to wear them in. Now, your poi can be made of all sorts of things. You can be as creative as you want with these. You can do all sorts of weird things at the end. I did like a sort of day-glow pattern thing here. Yeah. The next thing I want to talk to you about is poi safety. Yes, there are measures you want to take to be safe using poi. You don't go out and buy the really heavy professional stuff yet, because if you're going to hit yourself a lot when you're learning poi, you can ask Nick Woolsey, and he's more likely than not hit himself plenty of times when learning. And if you're not hitting yourself, you're probably not learning. Or, you know, you're just really good. Or really careful. So you really actually want to use sock poi on your first try, or tennis balls or something, because they aren't going to cause permanent damage. Which may include, permanent damage includes, you know, burning, losing the ability to reproduce, and so on and so forth. You can think of all sorts of things, but we're not going to go into that because we don't want you guys to get worried. Because that would wean you off of it. I mean, poi is really fun, don't get me wrong. Poi is great. It's definitely fun. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is contact juggling. It is not fushigi. That's people trying to sell contact juggling. That's unforgivable, at least to me. I don't find it very flattering when someone comes up to me when I'm doing this and says, "Oh, you bought fushigi." No, I did not buy fushigi. This is not fushigi, it's contact juggling. There's a difference. Now, the thing you need to know first is, this is really hard to learn, and it'll take more than an infomercial to teach you, because infomercials don't really teach you much anyways. But the best way to learn without having to buy a contact juggling ball first is to get a lacrosse ball or something, you know, equally spherical. And those little Chinese palm balls, those are really good. They're good for practicing. Contact juggling is basically where you're moving the ball all around your body and it never really leaves your skin all too much. Juggling is actually just manipulation of an object. That's what helps you to learn this stuff. I never got this in one try. In fact, I'm still horribly novice at it. I'm horribly novice at poi too, but you know what? I do what I can. When doing something like this, I would always hit myself, or hit someone else, or fling it off in that way off direction. So, practice first. Practice is always good. Definitely learn how to do contact juggling if you're really interested in it. And definitely learn how to do poi. Poi is good. Poi is really good. Have fun out there, you guys. You just got stranged, don't blow anything up. And if you do, I'm not responsible. Shh. And if you're interested in learning more about Poi, I suggest that you go to Nick Wolsey's channel in the link down below, or Play Poi website up in the link to the right. Or, you could just subscribe up there, just subscribe, because subscribing is good. And down there is the link for Dubé Juggling, where I get all sorts of my good stuff. Dubé Juggling has really nice goodies. You need to check that out. So, yeah.